Here we are then, the final chapter in what has been an absolutely enthralling season of FRIL. It's round 14, the finale, the title decider, here in the United Arab Emirates for the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix. This race will take the drivers round for 29 laps of an absolute classic of a circuit here for the Palm Harbour International Circuit. We've got some of the fewest corners on the calendar today with 12, 6 to the left and 6 to the right, from some of the slowest in Sector 1 to some of the fastest in the final sector. We've got minimal elevation change with this track being built right alongside the coastline that provides us with some of the most scenic views any circuit has to offer. We've got two very long DRS zones on some of the longest straights on the calendar on the runs down to turn 8 and turn 9 that will definitely be extremely useful in today's exciting race to pull off some great overtakes. The Abu Dhabi Grand Prix has never been won by the driver to win the championship without Gut in Season 1 and Chris and Piavana in Season 2. The UAE experiences very little rain annually with as low as 140 millimeters over the course of a whole year. So here's our starting grid for this exciting race. It's back-to-back pole positions for the Curry Muncher as he starts on pole position with Chris in Red Bull alongside him for company. It's an all-Alpine second row with Piavana in third with Dom alongside him in fourth, making it an all-Alpine second row. TGM on his debut for Ferrari starts in fifth, Evan alongside him in sixth for Audi. Senna lines up in 7th for Aston Martin, Kazoo lines up in 8th for Audi to make up the 4th row of the grid. We've got Saivip starting in 9th for McLaren with ASM alongside him in Williams in 10th. Stealthy starts in 11th for Red Bull. We've got Pikachu alongside him in his Mercedes. We've got Limit in 13th for McLaren and Raf alongside him in 14th for Ferrari. And last but not least, on the final row of the grid, we have got Ethan and Jerry, while Alcat, our championship leader, starts from the pit lane today after not attending.
Test.
Right then, so here we go. We are lining up for one last time right now for the formation lap here. So it's gonna be the end of 3 magnificent seasons then, since round 1 in season 1 in New Zealand and the last final race here will be in the Middle East. So the drivers will be getting around now soon for the formation lap. We've got 18 drivers here today. Not quite a full grid, but it's gonna be quite a packed race here. And there they go then. So off we are now for the final formation lap of the league then. We've got Jerry and Alcott separated by 5 points, of course, coming into this weekend. And below on your screen, you should be able to see the qualifying results. Replaying with me on pole, Chris on the front row. So then this is going to be the closest finish then, because we've got Jerry and Alcott for the championship. This is the closest that we've had the points gap coming into the final race of the season. And so now they're making their way around to the second back straight now. And now they're going finally one last time on the formation lap here through the chicane through to the final corner now. As you can see, they are going to be lining up on the grid then. So once again, we have Neon Pole, Chris in second, Piavana in third, Dom in fourth, TGM in fifth, Evan in sixth, Senna seventh, Kazoo eighth, Sivit ninth, and ASM in 10th. So anyone who didn't attend qualifying, they will be in the pit lanes, and the FIA will be telling them to go shortly after the rest on the grid go. So now we're just waiting for the drivers to get into their final positions right now. Looks like we have 6 drivers in the pit lane for this race. And we'll have 12 on the grid then. So we'll be ready then. That's the Alpine, I think, of Dom, once again being very slow to get into position on the grid. He looks like he's positioned his car very awkwardly, actually. And so now, let's wait and I believe all the drivers are going to be ready then. So we're on the grid here. Now we're about to get underway here for the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix then. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 lights here in Abu Dhabi for one last time. It's lights out and away we go. Nee gets a decent start there. The Alpine getting a good start alongside him as well. They're going to be jockeying for position now into turn 1. Chris stays right behind Nee, so Nee managing to have a decent getaway there. He goes a bit wide though on turn 3 there, so he's lost a little bit of time from that. Chris is going to be all over the back of him now, and he is just on his tail. The 2 Alpines stay in third and fourth. We've got Sivim, who's moving up the order now in 5th place. Evan as well has stayed put in 6th place. ASM's made up a few positions once again as well, up into P7. Of course, our championship leader, Alka, he's down in 13th because he starts from the pit lane after not attending qualifying. But it looks like, look at this, we've got a long train of cars now. Nee is pulling a huge gap actually. But everyone else behind him is going to get a dose of DRS here. And Chris especially will be gaining a huge amount of time here on this back straight. The AERO setup difference though, Nee and Chris, they're both on 13.5 actually. I thought they were on different setups. But they're both going to have very similar straight line pace besides the DRS right now. As we make our way down to the final corner, and that is it then. So Ni now leads, and he's on the hard tires as well, by the way. It looks like most of the drivers are on the hard tires. Piavana isn't. He goes a bit wide though. No, that was Dom, sorry, who went a bit wide. And he's lost some positions now. That's a huge shame for Dom there. He's gonna have to try and make up some positions now. And meanwhile though, we've got Chris, who's now 1.6 seconds behind Ni. What is Ni on? He's probably on Curry right now. He's going very quick out there at the moment. 1.3 seconds actually now, the gap to Sivip apparently. I think Sivip might be lagging a little bit right now. So he's definitely not in second place on our screens here. He's about in, I think, 5th, 4th place. Jerry right there as well. He's battling away with Sivip now as we enter the hairpin. Onto the second back straight. Sivip going a little bit wide there. Might open the door for Jerry to try and come through with DRS. But Sivip as well does have the DRS. That might help him to try and defend at the moment against Jerry here, who's actually under attack now from Dom here. Dom is trying to get through. We've got Pikachu as well is in there. Pikachu going out in Q1 as Dom though just cuts the chicane. And well, he's gained the positions on Sivip there. But he will have to, he might have to serve a penalty later on in this race if he gets another 2. Pikachu now sets a new fastest lap of the race, so the Mercedes driver finding a little bit more pace right now here in the race. As meanwhile, Piavana has moved up into second place. Now Chris has dropped down to third place. Maybe those mediums are coming into effect now for Piavana, as the old man won here last season, of course, in the last race of Season 2. Can he do it again here in the final race of Season 3 as well? He's got to try and close up and beat the Curry Muncher though, which will not be very easy for him. As Jerry now is defending away from Sivip and Dom. There's a Williams going off the track there of ASM, I think that was. And Jerry is getting some DRS now off of Chris. It looks like Jerry is gaining a little bit more time as that's an Audi. Seven's absolutely sending it there. And there's an Alpine off the track as well there. Those two messing up the corner very badly there. As Jerry now is going to get DRS and the slipstream. Pikachu though looks like he's got some really strong straight line speed. The 13.4 setup. He's really low on the wings there. As he's now closing up. He's right on the tail of Chris now. It's side by side for this final podium position now. Can Jerry, our championship contender here, try to make his way through? He's got to try and get past Chris now if he wants to get into the podium positions, and it looks like he has. Jerry now sets the new fastest lap of the race with 3 personal best sectors. He's got to chase 1.3 seconds down now if he wants to catch up to Piavana now, who's actually also closing in a little bit on Ni right now. 8/10 that gap out in front is at the moment, but Piavana's mediums will definitely be aging a little bit more out there at the moment, as Ni has just set a new fastest first sector as well, so maybe burning a little bit more fuel and ERS through there than the others around him. As Jerry though, I think he might be out of DRS. No, he does still manage to get DRS from Piavana there. Fortunately for him, that is what's keeping him at the moment just ahead of the pack right behind him here. As we make our way down this back straight though, Piavana as well will be getting DRS, of course, off of Ni, and that's why Jerry can't seem to really close up at the moment with that DRS as well. Piavana is on the similar setup, 13.7 for both of them, so that's definitely compromising Jerry's straight line speed against Pikachu, who's right on his tail actually, as that's a Williams cutting the track there. I think that might be Alcott? No, Alcott's a bit too far back. That shouldn't be Alcott. And that's ASM actually, who serves a penalty in the background. You can see it, but Jerry does hold on to that third place. He's only 1.5 seconds off the lead now, so he's gained a little bit of time on that lap there actually. It's a new fastest lap, in fact, once again, a 1:12.8 there for him. So he's looking very rapid at the moment, no pun intended to rapid tab, the IFRNC merchant. But anyways, Pikachu, it looks like he might have a chance actually to get to steal the podium away from Jerry at the moment. Not quite though, as Jerry just holding station on those hard tires against Pikachu's mediums at the moment. But that gap now has gone up at the front, 1.1 seconds Ni to Piavana now. Jerry's lost 4/10 to Ni as well. Of course, Jerry doesn't really need to win the race, but Alcott, of course, in the back there is gaining some time right now. He's only 6.6 seconds off of Ni. So Jerry does definitely need to try and maximize his result, as he's now been passed by Pikachu. Pikachu with the DRS manages to fly by the championship contender there, but Jerry won't give this one up. In fact, he might have to though, because the Audi of Evan now is going to be trying to get his way through. Doesn't seem like he's been able to. Jerry, meanwhile, does manage to get through. Pikachu losing 2 for 1 there in that final corner, drops down to 5th place as Jerry now moves his way back up into 3rd place. But they're still jockeying for that 4th place at the moment. Evan and Pikachu are. Meanwhile, Chris, though, he's dropped back a huge amount down to 6th place. 3 seconds off the lead right now, so it looks like Chris, once again, being a qualifying merchant, can't seem to get that pace in the race at the moment. As Jerry, though, he's closed that gap at the front now to 1 second between himself and Nee here. Pikachu right now 1.5 seconds back with the new fastest first sector at the moment, so he's definitely closing in as well. Maybe using Jerry as a bit of a horse to his carriage as well, because Jerry does seem to have some very strong pace at the moment. If he can get in that DRS once again though of Nee, he might have a shot right now to try and win this race, in fact, as now the gap out in front though, 7/10 of a second crossing that middle sector line. Piavana has got a really good run right now with the ERS and DRS. Is he going to go for the lead of the race here? He might do, as he does go through. Nee having a huge tank slap on the exit there, and Jerry now manages to slip through. The Iceman managing to get through and now up into 2nd place all of a sudden. He might even be able to go for the lead of this race right now, because Nee at the background losing even more time here. But you can see lurking in the back there, Alcott still closing in. Jerry now is trying to go for the lead of the race. Had a little look there on the exit of turn 1 there. Piavana will be under pressure now in this first sector here. Jerry, though, I think might be able to get past on those hard tires. If those hard tires are aging a little bit better than Piavana's mediums, which will definitely be struggling there. I think Jerry just went a little wide there. And that's now set him under pressure from Nee, who goes down the inside. Nee now moves back up into 2nd place. But Jerry now will have DRS as well. But Nee with that lower wing setup just staying ahead, but he's struggling in the corners there. Nee losing the position once again, but on the straight here, on this back straight, Nee might be able to gain some time. Oh wait, Jerry's got a penalty. He's slowing down, and now he's gone down the order here. Where is he now? He's right in front of Auka now. All of a sudden, the 2 championship contenders battling for this 6th place. Auka sails through, of course, with the overwhelming straight line speed there. Jerry's sending it a little bit deeper through that chicane. As Auka goes wide though, and Jerry now is trying to slip back through, and he does slip back through on those hard tires. Alcat's tires will be a little bit more worn, only by about 1% though on the driver info stat. Yes, now Jerry though, 5.7 seconds back from Piavana. Piavana will have a little bit of time to breathe for himself, but Nee now is just under half a second off Piavana, who I think just went a little wide there, maybe feeling the pressure from the curry right now. As we go down to the first of 2 back straights here, Nee is going to be right on his tail. Doesn't have DRS. I think he was a little bit too close to actually get DRS there. As we make our way through to the 2nd back straight now though, we've got a 4-way fight almost for the lead of this race right now. Evan though getting a little bit detached from this pack after losing the rear end there on that back straight. It looks like Piavana are 9/10 clear now of Pikachu. As Evan and Nee now, they're battling for that 3rd place as well. So the podium positions just seem to keep on switching around here. Everybody is giving it everything in this final race at the moment. As can Evan try to slip by? He does manage to slip by. He might give a go on Pikachu now through the first corner. Not quite able to do so. Pikachu though went a little bit deeper at that first corner. Evan on the hard tires will be getting a little bit less tire wear than the top 2 here. Evan still has a shot in this race. 1.1 seconds back from Piavana. But don't count out the curry though. He's managed to get himself up into 2nd place now with those hard tires. He's actually on the standard fuel mix as well. Looks like he's very much underfueled the car for today's race here on 60% fuel at the moment. Piavana's got a whole 10% extra in the tank at the moment than the curry in 2nd place. Nee will be definitely faster by a significant amount at this earlier in this race though, as Evan has got a penalty from the game here, and he's now fallen back behind Jerry once again. So Jerry now moves up to, I believe that is 5th place here, ahead of Evan and Auka right now, who's still, Auka though is keeping up with Jerry at the moment, with the DRS as well. Nee though, he's managed to pull up into the lead. We missed that while we were watching our championship contenders there, as now Nee retakes the lead of the race with the new fastest lap of this race, 1:11.7. The fuel coming down definitely assisting with those fastest lap times. I think Piavana and Pikachu, though, they're going to be struggling a whole lot on worn tires at the moment. Because you can see right now, Piavana's front left looking very worn, actually, 88% on that front left. Pikachu has actually got far fresher tires at the moment than Piavana right now, coming down to this back straight. So Pikachu, with the fresher tires, might actually be able to have a go right now at the old man, going down this back straight right now, going a little wide once again. Piavana there, maybe struggling already for that turn in. He's still right on Knee's tail though. That DRS clearly is coming into very strong effect right now as we make our way down to the chicane. Can Piavana have a little look, had a little think about it, and he does actually manage to get through. I didn't expect that. Piavana, even though with those one tires, just refuses to give up this first place at the moment as we are coming now onto lap 12 of 29. We've gone almost half the race distance already, and this has gone by in a flash actually. As Jerry behind though, he's actually closed up now to 4.1 seconds to Knee, so don't count him out yet. Coming to the halfway mark of this race at the moment. As Piavana crossing the line was 2/10 back, but he's lost another 4/10 there in that first sector. Pikachu is still right on his tail. Piavana going wide there, once again there, as now Pikachu is trying to have a look. Can he get through on Piavana now? His girlfriend Piayenny there is chasing him, cheering him on from the grandstands, of course. But Piavana trying to slip back ahead through. Can he get back ahead? He does get back ahead on the exit of that corner there. Maybe deploying a little bit more ERS and getting that traction down on that exit of the hairpin there. But these two fighting, they've given Knee quite a bit of space now. 1.1 seconds clear of these two. But once again, Piavana and Pikachu with the DRS just seem to be able to keep pulling themselves back into contention right now to try and keep bother Knee for this lead of this race at the moment. As Pikachu though going a little bit deeper than Piavana and Knee there, lost some time from that. Meanwhile though, Piavana half a second back on crossing the line though. We'll see if he can close up right now. Behind though, we've got a battle for the two championship contenders, Alcott and Jerry, as well as Chris. They're battling away for this fourth place at the moment. Chris being a little bit of a third wheel at the moment, not really the one who should be involved in this fight as Jerry goes swooping back around the outside. Alcott actually on the medium tires as well. We've missed that. So Alcott will be feeling a little bit more tired as well. Jerry's tires all still on 97%. Those hard tires not aging at all for the Finn at the moment. So Alcott probably will be coming in on the next few laps. Out in front, we've already seen Piavana and Pikachu losing a whole lot of time there. 2.1 seconds to gap. As Jerry and Alcott though, they're going to be going side by side. Chris needs to get out of the way of this. He's being a little bit of a nuisance to these two, as they are all chasing after Pikachu now. Pikachu, you can see the mediums, he's losing out a lot of time, and the top two medium runners, they are into the pits now. Alcott staying out for at least one more lap. Jerry's now closed up that gap to 3.5 seconds though, to Knee, so he could still be able to try and close up to Knee, but he's got to wait. He's got to be careful of any more penalties in this race right now. As Chris, they're going a little bit deeper to try and defend against Alcott now. It does say Jerry is ahead of Alcott and then ahead of Chris. So, but at the moment, we are still watching as Alcott and Chris, they're still battling for that third place though. Jerry will not be getting DRS, but neither Alcott and Chris also do not have DRS as we make our way through to this second back straight right now. So Alcott and Chris will not be gaining a dose of speed down that back straight. As Evan though, he is gaining DRS as Alcott and Jerry now once again side by side through the chicane. Alcott goes that little bit deeper right now and just can't seem to be able to hold on to that position right now on those one tires. Jerry manages to get back ahead of the two of them as they're closing up on Knee though. Look ahead. Knee, he's losing a lot more time right now out in front. Probably made a mistake. Look at his lap times. He's tumbling those lap times right now. Lost 2.6 seconds in that middle sector alone. he most likely had a mistake in that middle sector that's cost him here. Jerry now is just 1.0 seconds back from Knee, so Jerry very well could get a dose of DRS down those two back straights that might actually help him to try and close up the gap to Knee right now. As we get going down this back straight right now, Jerry 1 second back from Knee. He's getting that DRS that will be helping him to close up the gap. We've already passed half of this race, and yet this gap out in front is still very close at the moment. We've got a whole train of cars looking there. They're all going to be in a DRS train. As now Jerry, though, he's getting a huge dose of DRS. Can he go for a move through the chicane? Not quite. He's got to wait a little bit more, maybe to the last corner, as he's right on Knee's tail now, making his way now to the final corner. Jerry gets past on the acceleration, and now Jerry moving up into the lead of this race. Knee now falls down to second place. That's Alcott, our championship leader coming into this weekend. He is now into the pit lane, and I would assume onto a set of hard tires. He is on a set of hard tires, definitely committing to the end of this race. Probably too far to go on the soft tires, but that does give him a huge disadvantage at the moment, because his pace on those mediums didn't look too great actually, and he was even behind Jerry, who was on the hards. So speaking of Jerry, he's now lost the position to Knee again. Knee, he's gonna be trying to stay back ahead of Jerry right now. Just because Jerry's the championship contender, it doesn't seem the Curry wants to let him by at the moment. As we make our way down this back straight, there's Raf, who might be actually giving a bit of DRS to the cars behind. Knee isn't getting DRS though. Does Jerry have DRS? No, he doesn't. So neither of them have got that DRS. So Knee will be a little bit faster down this straight than Jerry, and you can see that coming into effect there, because Knee on that lower wing setup is faster. I think Chris is just disconnected there. You saw there. Because Chris is at the moment in the final sector, and looks like that's Chris gonna be out of this one already. Currently though, Alcott, you can see on the board, he's just set a fastest middle sector. So Alcott might be looking for an aggressive undercut, but he will lose out later on if the drivers ahead are going to be pitting onto a set of mediums or even the soft tires come the end of this race. Because Knee and Jerry, they're taking these hard tires a very long way into this race though. But as they go longer into this race, they will definitely be struggling for more pace out in front and for the tire grip in this race. As Knee and Jerry though, they're battling now. Once again, it's gonna be yet another installment of this fight going down this back straight. They're both gonna be deploying their ERS. Jerry and Knee side by side as they pass the middle sector line. What is Knee doing there? I think he might have lost a bit of his curries there. Maybe the curry getting in his eyes, but Jerry has now retaken the lead as Knee went almost into the wall there, going in a straight line. But that's giving Jerry a little bit of breathing room now, coming down onto this main straight. The gap now out in front, 1.1 seconds. If Jerry can pull at least about another half or so second, he might actually be even able to pull away from that DRS zone of Knee now, who's definitely going to be struggling a lot more for tire wear. If you check the tire wear there, it seems Jerry has got far better tires than Knee at the moment. As we make our way down to the to the back straight right now, Knee though, he has closed up a little bit. He's got DRS now down this back straight, and of course the lower aero setup will be helping him now down this back straight right now to try and pull himself into contention of this win once again. Raf in the background, they're getting a bit of screen time as we make our way down this back straight. Jerry just seems to be able to hold on with that ERS deployment. Knee isn't even deploying down this back straight, so that's a bit strange. But it looks like Knee though has managed to save his fuel enough, where he's currently got actually he's got more fuel than Jerry at the moment, surprisingly. As we make our way around to the final corner now, Jerry currently now 8/10 ahead of Knee, as behind we've got Evan further 3 seconds back from them, as Ethan as well, the season 1 champion, is right on his tail. But Jerry is the one to watch right now. We have to wait and see how long he can bring those hard tires into this race. He's still got 95% worn tires at the moment. Somehow, after 19 laps of this race, that the Iceman seems to be able to be pulling such a huge amount of tire life out of these tires at the moment as we make our way down this back straight right now. Ni now is just 9/10 of a second back from Jerry at the moment. As at the moment though, Jerry leads by 1.3 seconds to Ni. We'll wait and see on the main straight if Jerry can pull that gap a little bit bigger. 1.1 seconds now clear of Jerry here. Sorry, Ni here. Jerry is, so that gap right now is just coming down a little bit in that final sector, probably due to the DRS that Ni was getting. As Alcat though has just set a new fastest lap of this race, so 1:10.9. We're still not quite into qualifying times, of course. On high fuel and on the hard tires, can't quite expect that. But he's currently in the midst of a battle with Piovana and Delty, and he looks like he's managed to come out behind the battle. On the board, he was actually ahead on that first sector, but he seems like he's lost some more time down through those fast right-handers. But he's going to try and pull alongside now. He's on standard fuel mix, so he's saving quite a lot of fuel at the moment. As we make our way though down to the final few corners, Jerry's just gone deep there in that final chicane there. Ni is now gonna gain some time from that, but Ni has very worn tires compared to Jerry right now. So even though Ni is gaining so much from that straight line speed, he's not seeming to be able to keep it up with the corners that Jerry is able to put right now. But Jerry's tires are degrading a little bit more now, as you can see that front left, 93%, not looking too great at the moment for him in this race. 1 second clear now of Ni behind him though. So anything yet is still possible in this race. Alcat's just set a new fastest first sector. He just seems to have quite a bit of pace on the hard tires right now. I'm not sure how much further the drivers in front are going to drag out those hard tires though. They've been on those since the start of this race. I believe down all the way to, I think, Ethan? No, Ethan might have pitted. I'm not 100% sure. But but we know for a fact Jerry and Ni, they've not pitted. As Alcat though, he's just managed to size up yet another move on Ethan there, the Season 1 champion, falling behind as Alcat moves up into 5th place, which will be 3rd place now because Jerry and Ni, they're into the pits. This is very crucial here. What tire are they going to go on to? I presume the soft tires. Yes, that is the case. Jerry on soft tires. Ni though gets a tire glitch in the back there. Very fortunate that he didn't stop in that last box there. But he's now back off. And he's lost a huge amount of time with that tire glitch there. But now, Jerry, let's see where he is after this first sector. He's ahead of Raf there, I think, who's getting lapped again. As Jerry is 13 seconds behind Evan now, but only 8 seconds off Alcat. He could still close up that gap, but it's not going to be easy with 7 laps to go. Alcat's tires, though, definitely will be going off a little bit faster than Jerry's, of course, who is on a fresh set of those soft tires. Meanwhile, though, Alcat, he's going for the move now on Razor. This is going to be up for 2nd place now, and he makes it up into 2nd place with the hot lap and the deployment of that ERS. He actually lost it, though, on that second part of the straight, maybe having a little lower top speed right now. As now, once again, Evan comes into the pits here, and looks like Razor as well is into the pits, and so is ASM. So those 3 are now coming in. Alcat is now battling with Piovana for what is the lead of this race right now. The 2 of them, though, they're on the hard tires to the end of this race. They've got to put those hard tires out there for another 6 laps, which should be doable on that very durable set of white walled tires, which Jerry, though, he's still managing those tires very well at the moment. soft tires going very decently at the moment. 7 seconds now his gap to Outgut here. What Outgut and Piovana do not need at the moment though is likely a safety car, because that will evaporate their lead at the moment to Jerry right now, who is currently 7 seconds behind. And these two battling, they could still lose some more time to Jerry behind right now if this keeps on happening. We'll wait and see what the gap is. So after this middle sector, 6.6 seconds. So Outgut his lead right now, 6.6 seconds to Piovana. Make it that actually Piovana's lead now, because Piovana has now retaken the lead of this race to Outgut now. 1/10 between them at the moment. Jerry now crosses the line, 6.9 seconds. His gap now to Piovana. So he's actually lost a lot of time in that final sector. Maybe made a little bit of an error in the chicane. As now, though, Outgut and Piovana, they're still battling away right now. Can Piovana, though, actually still manage to win this race right now? If he manages to win this race, this could be a huge changer in the championship, because Jerry needs to outscore Outgut by 6 points minimum to win this championship right now. But if Piovana is winning this race, then Outgut finishes in third with Jerry in second at least. That could change the whole equation right now. But at the moment, Outgut leading this race. Piovana is battling away with him. Piovana now retakes the lead of this race. Personal best middle sector as well, so he's gained some time in there, maybe with with a higher fuel mix and more ERS deployment. But Jerry now has closed up now to 6 seconds, that gap is, to Piovana and Outgut right now, who are both still just battling away non-stop for this lead of this race right now. Behind though, there's Jerry. Crossing the line, what's the gap gonna be? 6.3. He's losing more time on that back straight once again, I think. Piovana is running 13.7 setup, so he's gonna be way quicker on the straights than both Outgut and Jerry. But he will be taking a little bit more out of those tires. As now we make our way down to the back straight once again though. Piovana 3/10 back from Outgut now. He had actually an identical first sector to his best one actually. As now we make our way down to the back straight once again. Piovana has got DRS now off Outgut, and with that DRS and a lower wing setup, he will be definitely closing in very quickly. There, here he goes, coming down to the chicane. Piovana going down the inside. Can he sail one through? He does manage to get through, but on the exit, they're going off the track. He's given the position back now to Outgut as a result of that. Jerry, meanwhile, has just gone fastest in the first 2 sectors. So these two are losing a huge amount of time. No, Piovana, he's got a penalty now. And Jerry now is within striking distance right here, all of a sudden. And Jerry will be definitely trying to go for the move now. Coming down through turn 2. Jerry, with the overwhelming pace on those soft tires, gets up into second place very easily there. And now he'll be trying to chase after Outgut, who's a further about 4 seconds or so up the road, 4.7 to be exact, with 3 laps to go after this one. So anyone's game here it is today. It could come down to the final lap still here. Outgut just needs to try and hold on though for 3 more laps, and he will be crowned the world champion here this season. But Jerry, he needs to win this race now if Outgut finishes in second place, because if Outgut finishes in second, Jerry wins the championship regardless of what happens. If Jerry wins then. But going through the final chicane, yeah, Piovana just keeps on getting that straight line speed, and now he's back on Jerry's tail here. Jerry goes a little bit deep there, lost some time from that. As we make our way around to the final corner, and now back across the line. No, Jerry! And Jerry's got a penalty! So that's it then. This could be the championship right there. Going for Jerry. He's now under attack now from Evan now. With 3 laps to go now in this race, is Jerry's chances of winning this championship over right now, unless Outgut makes some sort of huge error to lose himself 8.5 seconds to Jerry right now. It looks like this could be the championship nailed down now for Outgut, who's just seems like he's got it all under control now. We thought it was gonna be Jerry winning this championship if he could close that gap down, but with 2 penalties already in this race, he's lost so much time in this race now. And now we're on to the penultimate lap of this season and of this league now. Sivip has just disconnected from the race. He's had it, I think. So he's finished, just like Ethan. But the lead out in front though, 3.9 seconds. Piranha still has a shot in this race. Alca's tires though are far fresher than Piranha's right now. So it will be still quite a challenge for him to close up. Jerry though, he's gained 2 seconds on that last lap. But he's got to somehow try to close up a whole lot of time if he's going to win this championship right now. You can actually see him a little bit further down that straight, just about from Alca, but I highly doubt that he's going to be able to close that much in. We've got still 1.5 laps to go in this race though. Anything could happen, but it's getting more and more unlikely right now for Jerry to win this championship. Well, here we go then. So Alca now, coming around to the final corner now, is going to start the final lap of this league, of this season, of everything. Piranha behind, he's chasing him down as much as he can. 3.1 seconds now the gap. Alca has just got to try and bring this thing home, and I think that championship will be his here today, down in UAE. The gap now in front, closing a little bit. Piranha though having a very bad exit there. He might still lose the position actually to Jerry and Evan here if he's struggling that hard. 3.6 seconds now the gap between Piranha and Alca. It looks like Alca though, he's got this one nailed down. As now Piranha, he's under attack here from Evan and Jerry, both on the soft tires. They'll be trying to chase after him. And as we make our way around to the final few corners right now of this race, Evan now, he's pulling ahead of Jerry. Jerry wants to try and get this second place, at least to show that he can try to close up as much as he can. He's tried his best in this race, hasn't managed to do it. But Alcott, meanwhile, out in front, he is in the lead. He's going to come around in the final corner now. He weaves and crosses the line to win the Season 3 World Drivers' Championship. Piranha to the line. Does he get second place? No, Jerry comes home in second place. But that's it then. So Alca is going to be your Season 3 champion of the world. Jerry finishes in second place to lose out by just 12 points over the course of this 14-race calendar. But there it is then. Alca, your world champion of FRIL in Season 3. Well, so that's gonna be it then. Thank you everyone who's joined us for this stream. Thank you for everyone who's joined us this journey then. And we'll say goodbye one last time here. We will still be having the highlights, of course, so do stay tuned for that. And we will have a documentary coming out for one last video for this league and close this chapter of road racing in this game. And it's been a pleasure to be a part of this, everybody. And that's it. Thank you.
No, I'm really just It's